Hi guys, welcome to Keeping Up with Nigerian Football on #TVAfrica Sports. I'm Deji Ogengbo. Well, on the show today we've got an ex-international joining us. Played for KELECHI, played for Atlant, played for Mighty Jets, also played for the under-20 team of the Nigerian team, and also was a one-time player of the Super Eagles. I've got KELECHI OkOye joining us. Morning.
It's a pleasure.
All right, KELECHI, how's life been for you outside football? Has it been rosy? Have you been enjoying it?
I'm enjoying life after football because for me, I knew that there would be life after football. So for me, now I've made my plans for retirement, and I think I will give God the glory, I'll give God the praise, because for now, at least I'm okay.
They say the lifespan of a typical footballer is about, say, 15-20 years. You knew right from the beginning that it was not a lifetime thing, because in quotes they say the money that footballers earn is really blood money.
Yeah, I knew that because I had elder ones who were really telling me that football will end one day, and I knew that injuries will come. So I started making my plans. They started telling me, our elder ones who went to school, who understands all these permutations and other things, and understand that there will be a time when the money will not be flowing just like it used to flow. And they were really guiding me, and I'm grateful for that, and I appreciate that.
Well, now that I'm with you, I obviously don't want to usually ask the ones playing in Nigeria anytime I talk to them. You earn as much as $10,000 when you go to the Super Eagles. For the listeners, how do footballers spend this money? I mean, it just comes in once like that.
You know, when you are into football, you have so many friends. A lot of people will come. Families, relations will come. You know, the money will come. But if you're not wise, if you don't know how to share these things, one, you start making enemies. Two, you spend the entire money. So you need to understand how these things work. For me, I understand that. Let me give you an instance. I know when we were playing, when we travel out and we are coming back, when we stop in Abuja, my sister knows that if we win, we've been paid $10,000. She will say, okay, Kelechi, where are you? She will come to the airport and meet me. Let me have 5.
Give her there and there.
There and then. She doesn't want to know what I'm going to do with the 5. But one day she came back and gave me my statement of account. I was shocked. I was already a millionaire. I didn't know.
Wow.
You understand? Because she's a bank manager.
Okay, so you were lucky that...
One day she came for Christmas holiday and brought out my statement. I didn't know I was already a millionaire then. I was shocked. I didn't know I had so much money like that, because she was taking half of the money every time I was coming back from the national assignment.
Oh. I mean, it's always nice for all these footballers to hear this and know how to plan for their own future.
Yeah,
you get
the biggest problem is most of them don't get somebody who will advise them. And let me to be honest with you, when you're having money like this, some of them, it's not easy to take advice.
They feel they're on top of the world.
And they feel that the money will keep rolling like that. It's not going to be easy, but it doesn't roll like that. There'll be a time you'll be injured. There'll be a time. I had so many surgeries on my leg, but nobody ever knew how I footed the bills and everything, because I had money. You understand? So if you don't plan, these things will come. Injury will come. Nobody's going to pay you, because I'm not going to sign you when you're injured. I'm not going to sign you. So what are you going to be doing then? How are you going to be living when you are injured? And you need to invest in 1 or 2 things, you know. I invested in buying maybe some plots of land and things like that. Land I bought then for 300,000 is the land I built my house now, and that is where I'm living now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And now you can get a plot of land there for less than $1 million.
Oh, so that was wise investment for you.
And that is it.
Let's talk about your stint in the Super Eagles. How easy was it for you to get into the Super Eagles then, compared to the average Nigerian Professional Football League player now? Because I knew you got into the national team while playing for Atlant football.
Yes. I was playing for Atlant then. But before then, I'd played for KELECHI, I played for Mighty Jets, I played for Gombe United. I've gotten so much experience in playing in the league, so much confidence playing in the league. I've played in derbies, Mighty Jet, Plateau United derby. Those are some of the high points of a player's career. You know, there's nothing that is going to intimidate you. So when I got to the national team, I was in the national team with players like JJ Okocha, Kanu and Kofini, Tijani Babangida.
You were not intimidated?
I wasn't intimidated because of the fact that I was already exposed. I was already confident of playing my football, you know. And so, you see, those are some of the things. But you see some players now, they play 1 year in the league, they want to be invited. Yes, people like Junior Lokosa, we need to see consistency. I've played in the league. I started in the league, I played consistently. Every year you will hear about me playing in the league and playing well in the league. Those are some of the consistency we want to see. Not that because a player has scored 10 goals this year, you want him to be in the national team. Let's see him do it again, over and over, before he gets...
Consistent with your own performances.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about your coaching career. You got into coaching after you retired. You have your own academy. Tell us more about it.
Yeah. Like my academy in Tudoda Football Academy is like giving back to the society. This is where I was born. This is where I grew up. This is where I started playing my football. And for me, I know
academy is in Jos.
Yes, in Jos, Tudoda. So you know, in Tudoda, there's so much vices, social vices that are abounding in Tudoda, and I felt maybe through football, some of these boys will get out of it. And some of these boys can help their families get out of it. And I try to use myself as a role model, because I keep telling them, yes, you were born in Tudoda. I was also born in Tudoda. Yes, I made it. I got to the high point of my career. You can also get to the high point of your career too. And those are the things I want to do with them in Tudoda Football Academy.
Any plans to further your coaching career, or you want to stick with coaching academies?
No. If I get the opportunity, I want to coach one of the Premier League teams in the country. Start from there, maybe assist some of those my coaches, that so that I can also continue to learn from them, you know, because even though you're a coach, you know everything, you cannot know everything. You need to start somewhere. You need to assist one of the big coaches in the country, because whether you like it or not, they know one or two things you still don't know in the league, no matter how long you've been in the league.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to your playing career. If you're to mention one coach that has been a big influence, or was a big influence in your career, who would that coach be?
I'll say Kelechi Emetole. I'll say Ben Duanlong. So many of them.
All the coaches you've played on.
So many of them, because why I'm saying that is because in one way or the other, they've touched my life. Ben Duanlong taught me how to be confident, to believe in myself. Emetole gave me the opportunity to play. A lot of them, you know. Baraji taught me discipline, you know. I have so many coaches that Shaibu Ahmadu believed in me, you know, Stephen Keshi, and things like that. So many of them. Eguma, Nduka, and so many of them. I've played with so many coaches in this country that I've picked one or two things from them, and that is what is helping me in my life now, even in my coaching career now, because you know, one thing happened when I played under one other coach in Heartland. Do you know one thing, what I was doing? I was always taking a note then.
I remember talking to you one time, you made mention of you being the player coach. Was it on that pitch you made to lady then?
No, we had issues with Eguma and Duka, then the management, and I was made player coach. I was doing like player coach. I was the captain of Heartland then, but I was acting like a player coach. I was the one taking up the training. I was the one doing everything in the team until the issue was resolved.
All right, so away from your coaching or biggest coaching influence now, if you had to mention one moment that you would say was the peak in your career, or you would look back and say, this was my greatest moment as a footballer, what would that moment be?
I would say it was when Nigeria qualified for 2002 World Cup, the World Cup qualifier against Sudan. Before the match, we were camped in Kano. The coach invited all the best players in the country and say, wherever you're playing, come. If you're good, you'll be selected to play in this team, because it was crucial. Nigeria needed to win that game in Sudan to qualify. All the best players in the country, Daniel Amokachi, everybody, Stephen, Finidi George, JJ Okoye, everybody from all over the world came. And we needed to pick 18 players to play in that game. I was selected among the 18 players that made the team to go and play in Sudan. And for me, it was one of the greatest high points in my career, because players like Daniel Amokachi was dropped, Garbalawa was dropped, but I made the team.
For a qualifier to go to Sudan, they dropped Daniel Amokachi.
Yes. Shaibu Ahmadu had to take a decision then, because in that match, I remember I scored I think I scored the last goal that what's his name again? The one that is in Super Sports, goalkeeper.
Ikpeba,
No.
the goalkeeper.
Yes, the goalkeeper. Peter Saidida.
Okay,
Peter Saidida was in goal. I scored him almost from the center circle. And that
training?
Yes, our last training before traveling, and I think that was one of the high points, and I was selected to go and play in that game. And we went to Sudan and won 4-0.
And you played a part in the game?
I played a part in the game. Very few minutes in the game, but for me, making the team was one of the highest points for me.
All right, let me hear your thoughts on the current crop of the Super Eagles, in which Genetro, who is obviously a foreign tactician, has invited a lot of foreign-based players. At some points, like I asked you earlier on, he brought in some local-based players. Just one currently is in the team, that's KELECHI OkOye. But a lot of people clamored for the top goal scorer, Junior Lokosa, last season to come into the team. But like he said one time, I mean, he compared him to the ones we have now in the team, like of Igalo, Isaac Success, and he felt he couldn't match up. Is it the lack of quality of the player for someone that scored 19 goals last season in the league? I mean, what would you attribute that to?
For me, you know me, I don't believe in one year wonder. I want to see consistency. Even if he's not invited this year, let him show Genero that he's still a good player. This is another season. Let him score goals.
So it's about consistency?
Yes, let him score goals. Let's see the quality he has got. Let him score goals. If he keeps scoring goals, he's going to be invited and he's going to be given his chance. Let him wait for his own chance to come. These players have paid their own dues. That is why they're in the national team now, and they're playing well. Every coach wants to win. That's very important. He wants to win, and he has to win, especially in Nigeria where we are not patient. If it is in a country where we even play more friendly games, we'll have friendly games where Junior Lokosa will be given chance to play in the friendly games, so that let's see what he can offer. You understand? But for me, I feel he should be invited. I feel if you're playing well in the league, you should be invited, but it's not a must that the coach has to play him now. The coach might have a long-time plans for him, but let him be consistent in his league. Let him continue to score his goals, and we'll see how it goes.
All right, Kelechi, finally, let me know your long-term goal as well as a short-term goal as with your career outside football now. I mean, is it all about coaching? Do you intend to do something else? What are your short-term goals?
I'm into business. But for me, all my life has been about football. I'll continue to do my business in football, especially with my academy. Even if I'm not there in the academy directly, I'll set up a structure that is going to be a long-term plan for me, so that the academy will grow. But I want to go into coaching proper, where I can coach one of the Premier League teams here and hopefully make it to the national team and to wherever God takes me to. Everything is in the hands of God.
Kelechi, it's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys, that's it from Justin's mouth, one of the ex-international, advising the ones currently playing to be careful the way they spend their money. Well, I mean, that's the size of the packet of the show today. I've been speaking with KELECHI OKOYE. I've been your host at DJO, and it's still #TVAfrica Sports, and it's keeping up with Nigerian footballers.